Are we live? Hello, welcome back to the 𝗕𝗏𝗀𝗀 LFC channel. We're live for the Liverpool latest, or Liverpool... I call it Liverpool latest, but if we're late, I'll call it Late Night Liverpool. I don't know, but it will be changing. It will be changing come tomorrow. We will not be live now at 10 o'clock. We're going to be live at 6 PM. It's going to be 6 PM every day, but most days, until I die, basically, which is quite an exciting, quite daunting, quite morbid, actually, really, when you think about it. But yeah, 6 PM now, so please do stay tuned. The Liverpool latest stream, we're going to call it, at 6 o'clock, not 10 o'clock, because I put a poll out and I listened to the viewers, and you all said 6 o'clock. We've got a few talking points today, one of them being Ngumoha, one of them being Salah, one of them being Ngumoha and Salah. Like, where do we stand here? 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗰𝗀𝗀 is in here as well. I want to, with these streams, right, it's going to be very much daily, so I need to get you involved. I want to feed off of you for the hour, you know what I mean, in these streams here. So you are as much to play here as me, or as important as me. I'm just going to fix this like that. Hold on. I'm still here. Yes, so do get your thoughts in, do get your questions in, and I need to discuss Ngumoha, because I've been waiting on this for ages. This talking point, I think, has been valid for a while now, but I think it's really kind of come into fruition, got a bit more backbone behind the argument of, can we move Ngumoha to the right? After Nottingham Forest, I thought he had a really good performance there, really good kind of cameo in the game generally, but off the right, I think people, like, just because he's a left winger, Ngumoha, does not mean he's limited to playing off the left. And I think this idea that, oh, well, he grew up playing off the left, and it's like, well, hold on. You can move players out of position and they can play as well, if not better. I don't see this being a reason why that wouldn't happen. I don't think Ngumoha going off the right would really change anything, make it worse. I think, if anything, you could really spark not just an improvement from him, but from the team. So my reasoning behind it is this, right? Jonas is in here as well, mate. Hope you're well. You have to realise when Isak's back, we are going to have a lot of forwards. Salah, Isak, Ekitike, 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀 is definitely one of them. If you start with Gakpo, for example, and you want to bring Gakpo off, it's for Ngumoha on the left. But when you have Isak back in the team, when you have 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀 and Ekitike and Isak, you've got to get them all in somewhere. And Liverpool play very much zonal. We play quite a fluid formation. We don't really have a rigid structure. Therefore, I can see, honestly, Ekitike playing off the left toward the left. I can see 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 playing off the left toward the left instead of Ngumoha. So, for example, say you played Gravenberch, Jones, Szoboszlai in the attacking midfield area, 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 off the left, Ngumoha off the right, and Ekitike up front or Isak up front. I would love to watch that team, because you're getting all your best players in there. You're getting Szoboszlai further up the pitch. You're getting 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 in the team as well, but 𝗧𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀 doesn't really play, or hasn't really played yet, off the right. But I tell you, he has played off the right so far, Ngumoha, and he's had a really good game. I thought against Forest, that was his probably best performance of the season, given the scraps he's feeding off, which isn't much. He's getting 10-15 minutes a go. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. He's getting 10-15 minutes, Ngumoha. And if you look at the Newcastle game, he scored straight away. He scored, as soon as he came on, bang, Premier League debut, bang, let's get a goal. Goal, win the game. Did he play again? No, didn't play again. Didn't feature again. To the point where the under-21s took him and he's like, oh, he's playing for us now. Fantastic. He needs to feature more. And whilst, yeah, I agree, that probably needs to be overcut at Gakpo, because Gakpo's not been very good, don't get me wrong, and he's a natural left-sided player. But I do not think Salah is immune. Honestly, I do not think Salah's immune from being dropped out of this team. I don't think his performance has been nearly good enough. And I think Ngumoha can come in, to be honest. I don't see a reason why he couldn't. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. I believe we're live, although there's not many people in here, but hello to the people who are in here. I did kind of schedule this very late on, so hello. Do let me know you're in here. Do let me know your comments. I want to talk about Ekitike. I think that's a big talking point, given perhaps how, not bad he's been recently, but he's been definitely quieter. And if I get the form up here now, the previous game, I thought he had a poor one, to be honest. I think he was one of the weakest players. Ekitike. So if you go back to Qarabag, he scored and got an assist. He had a good game, as did everyone. Senan's in here, mate. Senan, I hope you're well, mate. Hope you're all well. Let me know your thoughts on Ekitike, guys. He had a good game against 𝗕𝗿𝗄, good game against Newcastle, scored 2 goals. Man City, I thought he had a weak game, and that's been a trend around Ekitike this season, perhaps against the bigger teams. I don't think he scored against one of the best teams in the league yet, which is a concern, I guess, for a number 9 at Liverpool. But he's done more than enough this year. He's been more than good enough. Let's skip past it. Sunderland, I thought he was okay. I thought the game kind of passed him by, in all honesty, against Sunderland. Brighton, he didn't really play, came on for 10 minutes. And then Forest, I thought he was one of the weakest players on the pitch. And when you're doing your player ratings, I was giving him like 5.5, 6. And that's, for Ekitike, really, when he came into Liverpool, I mean, literally first game scored. Like, you can't, I've not given him a 5 all season, but the last couple of games, maybe since Newcastle, ironically, actually his best game of the season, I don't think he's had a pretty good month. I think February's been a really weak month for Ekitike, and I'd definitely say his weakest month of the lot. I think that's a fair criticism to make. And don't get me wrong here, is Ekitike the problem at Liverpool? No, like far from it. Do you know what I mean? He's not even nearly a problem at Liverpool. Tom Taylor, mate, hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Please leave a like. Leave a like on the stream. We're live at 6 p.m. every day now. This is the last ever 10 p.m. stream because obviously it is quite late. I acknowledge that. So we're going to move it forward to hopefully get a few more people in here. But yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts about Ekitike, Ngumoha. Any other talking points, do let me know. But it feels weird not having games midweek. That's 2 weeks now with just weekend games. I like it, but at the same time, I actually really don't like it. I like not having games midweek because obviously you rest your players, but at the same time, kind of everyone's resting their players. Apart from Newcastle and Forest and Palace, all the English teams seem to be resting their players. And the Cup, I suppose the FA Cup. Carabao Cup, sorry. But for Liverpool, we need to build some sort of momentum. Momentum's the key word here. In every area of the Premier League, relegation fight, promotion, momentum's the word. And you can't really build any when you're playing once a week. Even a Forest who are playing twice a week, who nearly beat us, by the way, with the same 11 they played in Turkey with on Thursday. They're building momentum. They're gathering some sort of form there, and they need to stay up, and I think they will do, just because of the way the players are playing for each other. But they can do that because they're playing twice a week, and it's almost a positive in a way. It's weird, though. When you're not playing twice a week, you look at it as a negative. When you are playing twice a week, it's a bloody negative. Do you know what I mean? Arif is in here, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. R45 is in here. Same with Konate. What do you mean? Let me know your thoughts. What do you mean? Yeah. I would rather play more football now, to be honest. And actually, when we beat Newcastle, I suppose we lost to City, but we beat Sunderland, we beat Brighton, sorry. There's 2 games there, back to back, let's go. Just beating Brighton, let's go and win the next game. Oh, it's in 6 days. It's in 7 days. I'd have felt confident going into a cup game that Wednesday, to be honest. And we've done that so many times this year, by the way. You know, when you win, you go more of the same. Then you go into a cup game or the Premier League game on the weekend, and you get turned over because you can't carry on that level. You can't keep the level up. Honestly, I would love to look at how many Champions League games we've won and lost the following Premier League game. Frankfurt, we lost against Brentford the week after. Real Madrid, we lost against Man City the week after. Nottingham Forest, well, that was crap anyway. We lost to PSV after. There's no more. Yeah, it's definitely a trend, that, right? It's not a good one. I think we should try and work out who, because we're talking about Ngumoha, for me, needs to feature off the right more so. If you were to play Ngumoha over Gakpo or Salah, which one would you kind of go? Which angle, which route would you go down? Because for me, I think it is Gakpo. It definitely is Gakpo, given that he's actually a left winger. But I would be hesitant saying Gakpo is like my 100% answer, because I think Salah is not. He can't be excused. He just can't be excused this season. Callum says Gakpo. Arif says Gakpo. Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong. He is the answer. But if there was a time where we're not winning the game, like against Forest, 20 minutes to go, like against Forest, and Gakpo and Salah comes off for Ngumoha, like against Forest, I would not be opposed to that. And it's worked now. Arne Slot got it right, and I'm seeing not much praise going towards him, by the way, as I haven't done for the last 3 games, which we've won 3 in a row, by the way, and not conceded the goal. Was Forest amazing? No, it's far from it. The first half was pretty embarrassing. But I thought we played well against Sunderland. I thought we dug in there. I thought we were very solid, very compact, very tidy at the back, which is a surprise given it's Liverpool. Didn't really get much credit there. Brighton, I thought, were fantastic. I thought that was one of our best performances of the season. I'd probably go 8 out of 10 against Brighton. I thought we played very well. Again, clean sheet. Not much praise toward the manager. We go and beat Forest. I'm not sitting here praising him at all. We were terrible. We've got to owe one big time. But that is people don't like to hear it, but that is 3 wins in a row, and that is 3 clean sheets in a row. And if you can't take positives out of that, then what we're doing as football fans, if you are looking at 3 wins in a row, 3 clean sheets in a row, and going, well, but Sunderland was only 1-0, and it's like, hold on, they'd not lost at home all year before we play them. And then we're going to do them well as well. I thought we did well to beat them there. Newcastle, beat them 4-1. The praise... Listen, there are so many points. There are so many reasons to criticise Liverpool right now. But over the last 4 weeks, there's definitely games where you can praise Liverpool and praise the manager, to be honest. And I'm still... Can I just say something? I'm not honest out still. Even on what we're on the 25th of Feb, I'm still not honest out. And so many people are, to a large extent. I've always stood by, and admittedly, I've been very close to being him out, but I've always stood by, if he goes tomorrow, I wouldn't really be bothered. I wouldn't be going, what? No way, never. He didn't deserve that, because he probably would. But I think you've got to stick... I find, maybe not... I'm not saying you've got to stick by him. I just find it very hard to say a manager's not... His time's up. I find it impossibly hard to boo a manager, you know what I mean? Lucas says Salah, yeah. That's what I mean. Salah is not inexcusable from criticism, but he seems to be. Did you see when he came off, by the way? I thought when Salah came off, he'd give a little smirk. And, you can't read into that at all too much. He was probably just laughing at something. Probably just sarcastically laughing at the Forest fans, to be fair. But yeah, it's about how it looked. Football is about perception. That is football. And it didn't look great. And I think people are going down the wrong angle with that. But I imagine he wasn't happy. Oh, do you reckon Salah... Oh, is it me? Is it number 11? Yeah, I'm coming off. Oh, okay. Unlucky. That's not Salah. The born winner. He's won the Champions League, the Premier League twice. Salah would not be content with coming off for a 17-year-old when it's 0-0, you need to get a goal. You think Salah's going to be happy with that? I would expect against West Ham to see Salah right up for it. At home, against West Ham, a side he must have scored so many goals against West Ham. He's probably scored one now, I've said that, but I just feel like Salah always scores against them. He'll be right up for it. Because psychologically, coming off there does not help Salah. He will know. He will know. Yeah. And I wonder if he'll start against West Ham. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Salah will start against West Ham? Yes or no? Simple. Yes or no? Do you think he will? Do you want him to? I think he will. I don't really want him to. I think Ngumoha should play. Do you play him off the left? Then maybe, yeah. Platypus says, start Salah. I think he's almost that far under last season. Is there a way out? Is there a way for him to redeem himself this year? No, there's certainly not to the extent of last season, by the way. But there is a way to redeem yourself. Like if he replicated what we saw last year, from now to the end, and got us into the top 4, won the Champions League thanks to Salah, of course he's redeemed himself. But I don't think that'll happen nowhere near. Because if it was going to happen, it'd have happened now. It'd have happened in the previous game against Forest. I thought it was poor. You look at the Brighton game, the game before, you're like, okay, this is it. This is where we kick on now. LFC Josh Slot won't have the balls to drop Salah again. I think that is a big part of it. I think since that public feud, he's wanted to play Salah and just almost not bench him, because he doesn't want Salah to kick off, or he just wants to make face. I think that's a part of it, to be honest. Because there's so many times this season where Salah has not been the best player on the pitch. Like, at any point this season, has he been the best player on the pitch?
44.
I would say been the best player. Maybe against Aston Villa, Salah was the best player on the pitch at one point. And I would say against Atletico Madrid and Brighton in the FA Cup, Salah was the best player on the pitch at any point. I don't think he will have been other than that. Yeah, given that's maybe how good 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝘀 been, because he's largely our best player every game. But Ngumoha's been the best player on the pitch. Against Forest, he was the best player on the pitch. In the Cup, in what game did he start? He was the best player. And that's two instances. These are 15, 20-minute cameos that a 17-year-old, 16 at the time, were getting. 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰𝘀𝗀 drop Salah and Gakpo. Yeah, that's... we could talk about that, right? What I'll do is this. Look what I can do. So I can put... should we make the lineup? Let's make the 11. Let's do it. I'm going to move myself to here. So, if you had to drop... Platypus says drop Gakpo personally. Yeah, we'll talk about it now. Let's drop them both. If you had to drop Salah and Gakpo, and for example, say they both weren't fit, how would you build the team with Salah and Gakpo? Let me just turn this on. Wait there. There. Right, Salah and Gakpo not in the team, so Alisson in goal, Van Dijk, Konaté. Let's just go with who's fit. Who's fit? Gomez. Where's Joe Gomez? Number 2, there he is. Put Gomez in, I'll put 𝗂𝗀𝗃 in. Then you've got a midfield of Gravenberch. Let's just say Curtis Jones for argument's sake. Ekitike would play. �11 would play. Where's Florian? So this would be my team. �11, I'd play 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀 there, and I'd play Ngumoha off the left. That would be the team I would play if Gakpo and Salah weren't available. Like, you are telling me that team is bad. You are telling me you wouldn't watch that team. And that's if Salah and Gakpo aren't available. What about now? They're available now. Let's play that. You're telling me that team's worse than our normal team? Honestly. Like, if you believe, if your argument is, Salah's Salah, I hear that so many times. Just because someone is someone doesn't mean he's something. Just because Salah's Salah doesn't mean he definitely starts on our team anymore, because no player's a guarantee. The only players who are a guarantee in our team right now are Konaté, Van Dijk, probably 𝗂𝗃𝗃, Gravenberch, �11, 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗀, and Ekitike and Alisson. There's 3 positions: left wing, right back, just because no one's bloody fit, and left central midfield. The other 8 players start the football game. So the midfield 2, you could definitely put McAllister in there. And if McAllister goes in there, hold on, wait a second. If you bring McAllister in, then you can go with Curtis Jones as a right back. And that's still a really good team. And you'd even took that in. I like this idea, Let me just change formation to a 3... What would it be, like a 3-2-4-1? So you kind of have that... Hold on, what have I done here? I'm just trying to make something new. Bang. Bang. I'm not saying Jones will play right wing, but more tucked in, inverted into the middle. I think that could really work, just to bolster that midfield a bit. I mean, I like these, like, when a team starts like in a 4 and then they make a 3. How could you do that with Liverpool? I think that's interesting. So say you started, just ignore the positions for a second. Say you started in your 4-2-3-1 in some capacity. I want 𝗂𝗃𝗃 further up the pitch. And I would want, let's say Joe Gomez. Look. So if you started in a 4-2-3-1, and I'll put Gomez in, number 2, Gomez. I'll put him in for Curtis Jones. So they're your 11 players. Obviously, ignore the positions. Joe Gomez, right back, right? If you were to make it be like a 3-2-4-1, which is it's how most good teams tend to play. Like in some capacity, they want to get players forward. They want 4 behind a striker. Then they want 2 midfield, like that box midfield. Man City do it. Arsenal. That's how teams want to play these days. So how do you get from these 11 players to a 3-2-4-1? Well, Van Dijk, Konate, and Gomez make your back 3. But the issue with that is, like, if everyone shifts across, because the idea would be that 𝗕𝗃𝗃 will be a left winger, as you can see on that picture there, because you want 𝗕𝗃𝗃 further up, so he'd be a left back who would just go forward to be a left winger. Your right winger wouldn't work, because who would play right wing? I guess 𝗖𝗵𝗲𝗰 be that player there, and I guess you'd do this: Gravenberch, McAllister. Hold on, you can't see it because I've not pressed save there. So just imagine it. Imagine it being a 4-2-3-1, and 𝗕𝗃𝗃 gets forward, and it all shifts across. That's how it would look. The only issue with this is, I mean, there's a couple. Put them in the comments. What could be the issue of this? Because I think it's that Konate's in the middle, and if you shift everyone across, you need your best centre back in the middle. And Liverpool right there with that wouldn't have the best centre back in the middle.
So you're telling me?
And I don't know if Konate can play as a central defender. Please do leave a like, guys. If you haven't already, it really goes far in supporting the stream. I really do appreciate that. You know, let's look at another scenario. What's another kind of on-the-ball formation that a lot of people play? The 3-2-4-1, I think a lot of people kind of do. I'm trying to think now what formation would be a system. Live chat is blocking English for some people. What do you mean? What do you mean, mate? King Fred, hello. Welcome to the stream. Live chat is blocking... Huh. 4-2-2-2. Yeah, the thing is, that's like more of a starting formation. Callum, yeah. LFC just 3-4-3. Yeah, we can look at that. So, the 4-2-2, you would start in that, really. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't go into that. But the 3-4-3, like Josh says, you would go into. 3-4-3, as Vincent says. What do you mean broken, Fred? Everyone else seems to be typing. Maybe it is knackered. I don't know. I've not touched anything. So 3-4-3, that'll be your end goal. But a very similar thing, it just wouldn't work because Konate would be in the middle. I want to somehow get Van Dijk in the middle. If you could do it like that, how would you do it? How would you... Vincent says 2-3-5. 2-5-3 even. I'm not sure that's a formation on here. 2... There's that. There's a 2-3-4-1. Oh, let's just cook. Watch this. Let's do this. So, this is mental. Basically, your fullbacks get into midfield, right? Like that. And you got your back 2. Gravenberch in the middle. There, have that. But that is just a 4-3-3, right? But your fullbacks have gone forward, and your wingers have gone wide. That's not really... Some of my chats aren't sending, he's right. Huh. Let me just have a look into this, hold on. Everyone's typing in bloody Hungarian, look at all the things on there. And I've got a really big Hungarian fan base, genuinely being serious. Hold on, guys. Let me just have a look into it now. Please do leave a like if you're new around here. I've not touched anything to do with settings. Stream language is in English. Huh, guys, what's going on? What is happening? I don't know. I have no idea. What, like, you're typing your message in and it's just not... Do you know what I mean? Like, help, it's bugging big time. What is happening? Hold on, let me go and... Hold on, this is making for a bad stream, but just stick with me here. I must just say, I'm going to log in on my other account and join it. I'll be live at 6 p.m. now and not 10 p.m. Every day at 6 p.m. Do get involved. Maybe that's why it's quite a live stream and not there's not too many people here because it's knackered. Here we go. Let me type in. Hello, George. How are you? I've typed in, hello, George, how are you? YouTube is down. YouTube is glitching across the platform. Oh, that makes me feel a lot better about myself. That makes me feel a lot better. I've not just fallen off. See, I've typed in, hello, George, how are you? And nothing's come up. But, let me go onto Twitter and see if YouTube actually is down. Yeah, my comment's not appeared. Oh, sorry, guys. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm saying sorry. I can't fix it. Let me see if it's gone down. Yeah, YouTube's gone down. Fantastic. Okay, so this has been weird. Guys, I appreciate you all, but this seems a bit pointless because no one can bloody join. And everyone's comments are spazzing out. Right, I'm going to get off. To be fair, this was going to be a short one anyway because I want to tell you it's the last ever 10 PM stream. So this is mad. What is happening? It's not just my channel. And someone... Because... Yeah, I really enjoyed the stream as well, but everyone seems to be typing in Greek. Weird. How weird's this? What the hell? Anyway, right, I'm going to jump off because everyone's typing in French, and we'll be live tomorrow at 6 PM, and that'll be the Liverpool latest live stream time every day going forward, hopefully every day. I hope you... Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I might even tonight go live on TikTok, so do stay tuned. I've enjoyed it though. This is weird though. Like, there must be a trend between, because this. I mean, I appreciate all of your course, but there's 82 people in here. I would take from that 69 now. I'll take from that something's happened and gone a bit different. Thank you very much for your time as always, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow at 6 PM. Do stay tuned. See you later on. Bye bye.